Welcome back to Yang Daily. I'm your host, Alex Cheney, bringing you all the Yang news you need to live your life right. We have a ton of big news, and I need to get to bed, so let's get cracking. Chelsea Wilkinson has graciously created a spreadsheet that tracks our UBI letters sent to Congress by state and by either House or Senate. It's pretty awesome and shows that we have people all over the country sending letters, with some definite concentrations in the usual suspects, such as California, who is rocking it with 3,607 letters. Nice job. North Dakota, on the other hand, has a bit of catching up to do. They have 15. Get on that, Dakotans. Is that how you say it? I don't know, man. Remember that UBI trial in Finland that people like to misuse as an example of UBI failing? Well, while it's still not a full UBI, we just got new updated data from the experiment that shows even this partial implementation actually did increase employment. So, yeah, myth right and truly busted. Even this false bastion for UBI critics has been toppled, and the results basically resemble all other UBI trials. Lower stress and depression, higher quality of life, financial security, confidence and trust in institutions, less bureaucracy, and higher cognitive functioning. That last one is not often tracked, so pretty cool to see this trial backing up the scientific studies on financial stress, reducing functional IQ. As for employment, it went up 8% more in the basic income group than in the control group. All the other results were also tracked against the control group. The trial lasted 2 years, providing €560 to 2,000 random participants who were unemployed. So, eat it, doubters. There's also a brief summary video of it you can find below. I've said it before and I'll say it again, we have a mountain of evidence on UBI with entirely consistent results that all show nothing but positives. There is no reason to do more experiments. If the proof that we already have is not enough, nothing will be. It's time to implement. I don't care if we start with a small benefit amount like $250 a month or something. Let's just freaking do it already and work up from there, as people see that it does work. Awesome news, Pete Buttigieg tweeted, quote, "So many of the issues Andrew Yang talks about have taken on new meaning in recent months, so I figured it's time to officially bring Team Pete and the YangGang together, online of course. Join us tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Eastern for an Instagram Live. Send us your questions here." End quote. This is huge, gang. We're making inroads. Yes, maybe Pete just wants to try and reclaim some relevancy, I don't know. But if so, he's coming to Yang to do it. Think about that. Best case scenario, we can convince Pete and his fans to join our fight for UBI, maybe even M4A and the rest. Worst case scenario, we Yang some of his flock. Win-win. More awesome news. Yang announced that not only is his next guest on his podcast going to be the queen of progressive media, Krystal Ball, but it's going to happen in a special bonus episode today, Thursday. I am so pumped for this. Krystal has been extremely complimentary of Yang, aside from the misunderstanding about his healthcare plan. I very much enjoyed her last interview with Yang, and it's clear that she understands Yang's policies far better than the vast majority of progressives. I hope she'll bring him back to her own show as well. I would love to see Yang and Sagar debate UBI. In interviews, Philip DeFranco had Yang on his podcast. Haven't had time to listen to that yet. Badran Khan will be joining Matt on Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern. The Reddit Yang for President HQ will be hosting an AMA with Humanity Forward's volunteer director, Erica McLeod, at 3 p.m. Eastern with a 1-hour open Yang hang afterward. And Scott participated in a community and technology Zoom call with Stuart Reed and UBI advocate Inno Schmidt, where they had a conversation about how UBI can defeat the poverty Death Star that's oppressing the galaxy. Check that out below. YangGang Forever started a Twitter thread asking people to leave one benefit of UBI that isn't already in the thread. It's quite well populated already and turning into a great collection. Might be worth a bookmark if you ever want to show someone why UBI matters. In some exciting news, Scott is going to be making a physical book out of some of his UBI articles. Honestly, I'm surprised it took this long. I've been playfully kicking around the idea myself at some point because I think there are a lot of people newly curious about UBI that would be more amenable to a physical book than online articles. But obviously, I not only lack the time to put a book together in a short span, I lack much of Scott's expertise on the subject. Looking forward to gifting this book to everyone. Finally, we got 2 awesome clips shared today. The first was from Warren Buffett speaking at an investor meeting. He was asked how America should look after essential workers, and he spoke at length about how we are a rich country that should be doing better by our people, that should have better quality of life, and that it wouldn't hurt the economy to do so. If that isn't aligned with UBI, I don't know what is. Buffett is closet YangGang, guys. We need to bring him into the light. The second clip was from another Joe Rogan clip from years ago, tweeted by Basic Income Quotes, where Joe called for an end to poverty and debunked the ideology of workism, both he and his guest Kevin Smith arguing that there should be more to life than employment, ending with Kevin suggesting a UBI. I really love these clips, and I really wish Joe and Buffett would both commit to throw their weight behind the UBI cause. They have a lot of influence in their own different circles. They could be pivotal in making the world that we want a reality, but they need to step up and take action right now. I think we need another coordinated message blast at Rogan to have Yang or Scott on the podcast to talk about all the new developments and how to move UBI forward. And we need a similar campaign at Buffett to back UBI as the solution to help the American people while helping the economy at the same time. I want to see them join this movement. Help me out by tweeting at them, gang. And that'll do it for today's Yang Daily. Bookmark the Finnish UBI trial so you can refute the inevitable people who will tell you that it was a failure. Tell Pete you're happy to have his help on UBI. We'll just assume that he wants to help with that. Tune into those interviews. Bookmark the benefits thread. Help me convince Rogan and Buffett to join the UBI cause. Visit bailoutthepeople.com to take action. Call the congressional switchboard to send the most effective message you can to your representatives. Ship a letter to both Congress and the Ways and Means Committee. Help recruit burners and others to the cause and get everyone to sign the petition to join the UBI movement. Flood all of Congress and the White House with calls, tweets, and letters, but particularly 5 calls a day, using ResistBot or Income Movement for easy contact. Print and hand out your neighborhood outreach cards. Consult Humanity Forward, the Income Movement Aid Database, United Way, or the H3 podcast thread if you need help. Consider what we can do to push the movement forward in this critical moment and discuss with others at the local hubs and the support links. And don't forget to Yang Daily.